I'm going to make a multilinear regression model using Cobb production function, which is given in James Stewart's Calc 3 book. First, I'll open my R console. This is the data that I'll be using, and I'm going to make a chart showing this multiple linear regression of production to labor to capital. All my data I copy from the book, and the first thing I need to do is turn it into a data frame. So I have my labor data, my capital data, and my production data, and I'm turning it into a data frame, and I'm using the dates that are given in the book, 1899 to 1922. Next thing I need to do is make my formula. I'm going to use the formula from the book. Product equals beta labor to the alpha, capital to the 1 minus alpha, but I need to turn it into logarithm so that R can deal with it, and so that's going to be the logarithm formula you see above. And now I need to make a sequence that'll have R estimate how large the parameters should be for the X, how large it should be for the Y. The X and the Y coordinates are going to be my labor and capital. Now I need to make a formula for how far up and down on my graph the Z coordinates go. The Z coordinates is my production. And next thing I need to do is create a perspective plot. Theta is the angle of the perspective plot for the rotation around the z-axis, and phi is the angle of the perspective plot above the x and y plane. Here's the plot I'm making. The color is going to be light blue. You see my I theta, my shade, my x lab is for labor, my y lab, which is the thing I'll be using to name it, is going to be capital. The z lab is production. It's not going to have a border, and it'll be, here we have it. I'll go up and show you the formulas that I used to calculate, because that was a little vague, how to calculate the 100 to 200 plot is for labor. I didn't give the figures, I just had R calculate it and put in the data points itself using this formula. So you see nowhere in this do I say put in coordinates 100, 200, 300, 400 for capital, or 100, 150, 200 for labor. I just gave that formula sequence, just has R, estimate how much room you need, and put the coordinates on it. And that's going to be a little bit easier than doing it yourself. Alright, now I need to plot the data points. So that graph is my regression, and I'm going to plot the data points, convert the 3D coordinates of the points to 2D drawing coordinates using the transed 3D function. And then I'm going to draw lines from the observed points to the corresponding fitted values. You see, I did all the points here that are lower than my graph, and I'm drawing lines down so you can see that. Now I'm going to put in the points that are above the graph, and I'll draw lines between these points and the graph so you can see how far off the graph these points are. And that's the project.